All right, guys, Mr. Truth back with another video, and today it looks like things are finally starting to heat up and reach a boiling point in the tariff war between the United States and the rest of the world. So as everybody knows, Trump recently had a 25% tariff put on all steel and aluminum products coming in from other countries, and I don't know why people are so angry about this because it's literally something he promised he would do before he came into office, but pretty much other countries such as the EU and Canada definitely did not approve of this. This led them both to apply their own respective tariffs to the United States. Canada applied a $21 billion tariff on the United States on steel, aluminum, sports equipment, cast iron products, computers, etc. And the EU applied a 26 billion euro tariff to the United States on the same sort of products: steel, aluminum, wine, alcohol, stuff like that, and more. Now, I definitely think these counter tariffs by Canada and the European Union are definitely going to hurt the United States, but not only that, they're definitely going to hurt manufacturers and consumers respectively. So according to the stats, we get 23% of steel from Canada every year, and we get up to 58% of aluminum from Canada every year, and that's definitely going to hurt a lot of manufacturers, and in turn, it's just going to trickle down and hurt a lot of consumers. Now, I think this is just really scary for the average United States citizen, as this is only going to lead to a price increase for you. Now, before we get any further into this discussion, let's actually watch the videos of Canada and the European Union applying their tariffs respectively.
Today, I am announcing that the Government of Canada, following a dollar-for-dollar approach, will be imposing, as of 12:01 a.m. tomorrow, March 13th, 2025, 25% reciprocal tariffs on an additional $29.8 billion of imports from the United States. This includes steel products worth $12.6 billion and aluminum products worth $3 billion, as well as additional imported U.S. goods worth $14.2 billion for a total of $29.8 billion.
So as you guys just heard, that was Canada's response to the tariffs the United States placed on them. They placed multiple tariffs on products like steel, aluminum, manufactured goods, etc. Now, I think the biggest losers of this whole situation are definitely going to be the manufacturers, and in turn, it's going to be the consumers. Now, let's quickly go and take a look at the European Union's response to the tariffs the United States placed on them.
As of this morning, the United States is applying a 25% tariff on imports of steel and aluminum. We deeply regret this measure. Tariffs are taxes. They are bad for business and worse for consumers. They are disrupting supply chains. They bring uncertainty for the economy. Jobs are at stake, prices up. Nobody needs that on both sides, neither in the European Union nor in the United States. The European Union must act to protect consumers and business. The countermeasures we take today are strong but proportionate. As the United States are applying tariffs worth $28 billion, we are responding with countermeasures worth 26 billion euros. This matches the economic scope of the tariffs of the United States. Our countermeasures will be introduced in 2 steps, starting with April 1st and fully in place as of April 13th.
As you can see, this was Canada and the European Union's response to the tariffs that were placed on them by the United States. They retaliated by placing their own tariffs on the United States. Trump, on the other hand, doesn't seem too worried about this, doubling down on his stance of America first. Trump and his administration seem to think this is the right approach to the situation, stating that this will help to increase American jobs and America first. Personally, though, if you were to ask me, I don't think this is a great idea. It seems that other countries such as Canada and the European Union are preparing for a long, drawn-out trading war, which will definitely hurt the United States. But things like this don't really apply to these people, obviously, as they're all already very rich, and they couldn't care less about the tariffs as it won't really affect them. But this is something that could definitely really hurt small business owners. It could hurt consumers. It could hurt manufacturers. Pretty much every other party involved, especially small business owners. It could definitely hurt a lot of them. It could cause a lot of stores to close down. This combined with the fact that a lot of things are already extremely expensive to import could actually end up leading to a loss of a lot of jobs. Now, to get further into discussion, don't get me wrong, I think Trump definitely has some pretty good policies, but I don't think this is one of them. I think this could also lead to a lot of manufacturers looking to other places and other countries to import their products, such as China, such as India, etc., for cheaper prices. And this could definitely lead to a big uproot in the markets. The biggest industry that's going to be affected by the increase in the tariffs is definitely going to be the automotive industry. Because of the really high tariffs on products like aluminum, steel, imported vehicle components, and more, the cost of production to make cars is definitely going to go up, which is definitely going to lead to higher consumer prices on cars that are already extremely expensive expensive. For example, Toyota warned that with the increased tariff prices, the cost of making a Camry could go up by as much as $1,800. With these price increases, that could mean that a car that's already almost $30,000 could go up as much as $6,400 to $36,000, which is a ton of money, and that makes these new cars way less affordable for new customers, and this could definitely lead to a lot less auto sales and in turn change the whole entire market in the coming years. Now, these are mainly some repercussions that we're currently having to deal with Canada, but the European Union, on the other hand, has yet to actually put their tariffs in action, and neither has the United States. The European Union previously stated that on March 31st, they would place their first set of tariffs into action, but that has further been delayed to late into April, and the United States has also done the same with some of their tariffs, placing them later into April. It seems that the cause for the delay in the tariffs were to see if the United States and the European Union could come to an agreement on the tariffs and hopefully end them. Obviously, nothing's been confirmed yet, but that's pretty much the current ongoing situation as of today. Now, as for my thoughts on this entire situation, honestly, I think it's just a big mess. I definitely think the tariffs were not a smart idea, and I think it's definitely going to hurt the average American citizen a lot more than it's going to hurt a lot of these very rich people, especially the people in power who are the ones who are applying these sort of tariffs. I definitely think it's not going to affect them as much as it's going to affect consumers, manufacturers, mainly consumers. Consumers like you and me, everyday people, are definitely going to be the most affected by this. On the other hand, though, I don't think these tariffs are going to be a long-standing thing. I know the European Union and Canada and other countries are stating that they're preparing for a long tariff war, but honestly, I don't think that's something that's going to end up happening. I can definitely understand why a lot of different parties and a lot of different people are upset, including a lot of people from the Republican Party, a lot of people from Wall Street, just a lot of people in general. A lot of the normal American citizens are upset about this, and it's completely understandable. I would be as well. For the everyday you and me, it's literally just going to lead to an increase in prices on all sorts of different things. Now, I didn't actually touch on this topic too much in this video, and I might make a whole separate video talking about it, but even as Trump continues to apply these tariffs to Canada, Trump continues to talk about Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States, and honestly, I just don't think that's a great idea, especially with these continued tariffs. It's just going to make Canada not want to become part of the United States even more, and secondly, I don't think a lot of people in the United States could care less if Canada actually joins them or not. I don't think it's a big deal, and I don't know why Trump is so caught up on making Canada the 51st state. So to wrap this video up, my final thoughts are the fact that the biggest loser of this entire thing is definitely going to be the average American consumer or the average American citizen. Not only will you pay more in taxes, but you're going to pay more for anything you buy. This is also just going to affect relationships between the United States and a lot of different other countries, such as Canada, such as the European Union, such as Mexico, which I didn't even really touch on in this video. Other big issue is the fact that even if this tariff war doesn't last long, which it probably won't, a lot of international consumers are probably going to start to stay away from the United States and purchase a lot less products from them. Honestly, I mean, this is a 50-50, but if it does happen, it's definitely going to hurt the economy a lot more. And yeah, this pretty much just hurts the average American citizen a lot. I don't think it's a good idea. I think the United States and other countries have a lot of different other options they can work with other than applying tariffs right off the bats. Overall, let's just hope that the United States and other countries can come to a quick conclusion on this whole tariff battle, and we can quickly end this thing and just go back to how things were before. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing, consider dropping a like. Till next time, Mr. Truth out.